Welcome to your yoga practice and to a whole new month. This is May, so our practice will be exploring the fifth yama, or external ethical guideline that yoga gives us, and that is Aparigraha, which is non-grasping, learning to let go with grace. So reading from one of my teachers, Susanna Barkataki's explanations, Aparigraha from the Yoga Sutra 2.39 can be translated when one is steadfast in non-possessiveness or non-grasping with the senses, knowledge of the meaning and purpose of our lives unfolds. Aparigraha literally means non-grasping. It is not holding on to more than necessary. It is practicing non-accumulation. It is letting go of our attachment to what we have or what we crave. All of this leads us to independence, trust, and self-sovereignty. So our affirmation of the month is I allow and let go. The mudra we'll be working with this month is called Kali Mudra, and we can start with that right away. So interlacing your index fingers, then releasing your index fingers to point up to the sky. So all of the fingers interlaced, index fingers pointing up. Don't mind my little Band-Aid doodad. And then we'll go ahead and stretch our arms up overhead. This is how we see Kali Mudra used frequently. Stretching your arms up, stretching your index fingers to the sky. And let's take a really slow breath in. Slow breath out through the lips. Breathe in slowly through the nose. Pull the arms and shoulders up. Breathe out slowly through pursed lips. Welcome. Keep going, breathing in, breathing out. We're pulling the arms up, so there's a little bit of pressure around the neck and throat. A couple more like this. Slow, full breath in through the nose. Slow breath out through pursed lips. One more. All right, release your arms down. You could close the eyes. We'll just notice for a few breaths, sensations, how we feel in the body. Also noticing any thoughts that come to mind or pass through. And noticing any emotions. Start to move the body a bit. So inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lean back. As you breathe, try to notice, keep your attention on your hips, your low back. Breathing in, I allow. Breathing out, I let go. I allow and let go. When it feels right, go ahead and switch directions. Maybe close your eyes here. So we're doing some lineages called the Sufi grind. Breathing in, I allow. Breathing out, I let go. So with this theme of Aparigraha, for me personally, using it as a way to practice letting go of attachments and cravings, my goal is to really tidy up, organize, let go of stuff that I know I don't need. And then also with my physical body, looking to just be a bit more healthy and intentional about what I bring in. So you might think if there's anything for you, a couple more breaths, how you can practice letting go of attachments, cravings. And come back to center. Pause, notice any kind of residue from that movement. And let's stretch the right leg out wide. You can flex through the ankle or not. We're looking for a stretch in the upper inner right thigh. All right, on an inhale, stretch your left arm up and start to lean over. So now we're getting a little bonus stretch through the left side body and the upper right thigh. Try to keep your hips heavy on the ground. If you feel like you just can't quite reach, remember we can always stack blocks. And you could stay exactly as you are or rotate your torso and fold over your right leg that way. For that, I'm going to bring blocks under both arms so it doesn't feel like I'm reaching so much. Non-grasping, right? One more breath. And then we'll sit up tall. Plant your left foot, bring your left hand back behind you. Just play around here. Let's see if we can press our hips up to the sky. So almost like passing through a little wild thing. Try to press the hips up, and then we'll bring the hips back down. Switch sides. Left leg out long and wide, right leg folded in. We're looking for a stretch in the upper inner left thigh. Inhale, reach your right arm up, and exhale, hinge over towards your left leg. Might have mixed up my lefts and rights there. All right, pulling the right arm, folding over the left leg. Notice where you feel stretch and sensation. Can you soften the hips a little bit more? Another breath, and then you might stay as you are or carefully rotate your torso so that we're facing more towards our extended left leg. Folding forward and down, grabbing blocks for support if you have them and want them. Couple more breaths. Notice where you're feeling sensation. So we can always be practicing mindfulness when we're in our yoga stretches by just returning again and again. What sensations am I feeling? Where am I feeling them? Noticing maybe subtle changes throughout. And then we'll sit up tall. Plant your right foot. Bring your right hand back behind you. Lightheartedly, let's just play around. See if we can lift the hips up off of the ground. Press them up to the sky. Big breath in. And let it go. All right, right into tabletop. Coming onto hands and knees. Inhale as you drop your belly down. Exhale as you arch your spine up. Let's do that a few times. You can stay here, or as you start to, let's see, drop the belly down, see if you can lift your right foot up to the sky. And then set the right knee down as you arch your spine. Inhale, drop the belly down. Left knee, left foot lifts to the sky. Exhale, set the left knee down, arch the spine. So you can continue in that way, getting a little stretch through your hip flexors and quads. One more leg lift on each side if you're going for that. All right, let's bring the knees together like the thighs are touching, and then press your hips back. Try child's pose this way for just a couple of breaths. Keep your arms up overhead, let your head drop heavy. And breathe as best you can into the back body and side body. All right, let's come back up to tabletop. Bring the knees about hips distance apart. Press your hips back. Take a couple breaths in this child's pose. All right, return to tabletop. Bring the knees out as wide as the edges of the mat, big toes together. Press your hips back. A couple breaths in this child's pose. And just collecting information here. Did one way feel better than the other? Did one feel uncomfortable? You don't ever have to do it again. All right, let's go ahead and walk our hands towards our legs. So sitting up tall, then bring your hands back behind you. Press your hips forwards and upwards, stretching through the fronts of the thighs, the hips, the belly, shoulders. Stay here another breath if you can. You could squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. And then lower your hips down. Just sit tall for a second. If the knees don't allow this, you can also stand up on your knees. All right, come into tabletop. We'll just be here for a second to tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. While you're in down dog, you can sway your hips side to side. Maybe imagine your hands glued to the mat. The wrists kind of light though. And if you're swaying your hips, maybe you come to stillness. We take one slow breath in, slow breath out. And then let's tiptoe ourselves to the top of the mat. Forward fold, just like child's pose. We could try different angles with our feet. I'll just let you explore with it for the next few breaths. Feet as wide as the mat maybe. Feet all the way together, somewhere in between. See what feels best for you. When you're ready, let's slowly rise up halfway. You could slide your hands up your legs, draw your shoulders together. Look ahead, take a couple breaths. So we're strengthening our back muscles here. We're also just kind of reorienting ourselves since we were upside down for a few breaths. And then on an exhale, fold down. Next inhale, rise all the way up. Give yourself a full body stretch. When you reach up, interlace your hands, release the index fingers to point up. There we are in Kali Mudra again. You could bring the feet hips distance or even closer together. As long as you feel steady, reach up and then hinge over to the right side. Banana shape. And come through center, reach up, hinge over to the left side. Come back to center, reach up, maybe look up, big breath in. Exhale, release your hands, swan dive all the way down. If you're using blocks, you can grab those for under your hands. We'll step the right foot back, shimmy the left foot to the edge of the mat. We're in a tall lizard pose. Pressing back through your right heel. Of course, if this doesn't feel good, if your toes need to be untucked, you could drop the right knee, untucking the toes. Try to press your hips forward and down. Put just a little healthy strain on the right hip joint right now. And then imagine squeezing your legs together. Notice how that kind of pulls us back in space. And then start straightening your left leg so we're in a wide pyramid form. Now stretching the back of the left leg, back of the right leg. Maybe we can let the head hang a little heavier. Excuse me. I always joke it's always allergy season in Norfolk, but it's like really allergy season right now. All right, let's bend the left knee. Go ahead and plant your hands. Step your left foot back, plank pose for an inhale and an exhale. Next inhale, shift forward on your tippy toes, lower down a little, bending your elbows, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog, so pushing the hands into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in down dog, a couple more breaths. Let's carefully lift the right leg to the sky, then bend the knee, stack the hip. Three-legged dog. Of course, if Wild Thing is something you always crave, this is a great time to do it. Stepping the right foot to the ground behind you. Either way, let's get a nice stretch through the right thigh, through the belly, twisting the spine. One more breath. And then we'll all meet in three-legged dog, right leg extended to the sky. Exhale, step or swing the right foot to the top of the mat. Pivot your left heel down. Cartwheel your arms up. Warrior two. Bending into the right leg, looking over right fingertips. Staying in stillness or flowing. Inhale, reaching the right arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. If you want to move with it, we'll take about 3 more breaths. And from warrior two, big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Step the left foot up, forward fold. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. As you reach your arms up, interlace your fingers. Index fingers release and point to the sky. Pull up. Exhale, hinge over to the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale, hinge to the left side. Inhale to center. Exhale, swan dive all the way forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. If you're using blocks, go ahead and put them under your hands. Step your left foot back. Shimmy the right foot to the edge of the mat. Here we are in lizard pose. Again, you could drop the left knee and untuck the toes if needed. Breathing in your lizard pose. See if you can press your hips forward and down a bit. Really stretching the muscles close to the joints. Little healthy strain there, little healthy compression on the right side. And then breathing, let's straighten the right leg, shifting the hips up and back a bit. Pyramid pose. Imagine pulling the right hip back, the left hip forward, and then folding forward and down. Let your head get heavy. Another breath. And then we'll bend the right knee, plant the hands, step yourself to plank pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, shift forward on your toes. Exhale, bend your elbows, lowering down. Untuck your toes. On an inhale, find upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Or give yourself what you need. We've got a few breaths here. From your downward facing dog, let's lift the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, lift it, stack the left hip on the right. Staying here, or maybe stepping the left foot to the ground behind you, flipping your belly up to the sky in Wild Thing. Slow and steady breath. And we'll meet in three-legged dog, left leg stretching long. Look ahead, exhale, step or swing left foot to the top of the mat, right foot to the ground. Inhale, cartwheel your arms up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bending into your left leg, looking over your left fingertips. You can stay in stillness, focusing here, or bring some movement. Inhale your left arm up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Breathe and move. About one more cycle of breath. And let's meet in Warrior 2. Big inhale. Exhale, pivot to face the front, bringing your hands to the ground, and step your right foot up, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, squeeze the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, reaching out and up. Clasp your hands, index fingers point to the sky. Good. Pull your shoulders up, hinge over to the right side. This time we'll stay for a couple of breaths. Maybe you carefully step the left foot back in space. And come to center, stretch your arms up. Exhale, hinge to the left side. Maybe carefully step the right foot back in space. And breathe yourself back to mountain pose, arms floating down. Pause and just notice any sensations. What's here now? All right, we're going to go ahead and come down to the mat, but if you have a block, grab it. I'm going to just demonstrate the option that we have here. So with or without a block, you could also use a folded blanket or nothing at all. The invitation is to try taking a seat on it, folding your left leg back. So bending the left knee, left foot towards your left hip, and then straightening the right leg long in front of you. You could give this a try with your left knee facing forward. For me, it feels a lot better with it pointing out to the side. Just kind of depends on the head of your femur bone and how it meets the hip. And it's possible this just won't feel good to you. And if that's the case, you could fold the left leg in. You can also not be on a block. You could be on the ground. Give yourself a couple seconds to kind of give it a try. And then we'll eventually start to fold forward and down over the right leg. So looking for a stretch in the back of the right leg and the hamstring. Keep in mind, we never want to feel a sharp pain anywhere, but especially in the knees, especially on the inside of the knees. So if you're feeling something that your body is saying, I don't know about this, then just undo it. We never need to hurt ourselves to practice yoga. As you're settled in good enough, we'll take some slow, full breaths. As we breathe here, is there any way you could relax the left leg a little more? And relax the right leg a little more. Relax the shoulders, the head and neck just a little more. Breathing, let's slowly sit up tall. You might need to scoot off of the block if you're on it. And then we'll stretch both legs long in front of us for a moment. Just notice the left side, the right side. All right, and then we'll try the other side. So if you were perched on a block, go ahead and get back up there again. Left leg stretched long this time. Seeing if you could bring the right foot back alongside the right hip, knee bent back. If that doesn't feel right, just fold it in front. Sit up nice and tall, and then fold forward over your left leg, looking for a stretch in the hamstring, the back of the left leg. And then ask yourself if you can relax here. Breathing, scanning through to make sure everything feels good enough. Not receiving any warning bells and whistles from the body. And then relaxing a little more. Trusting yourself. Feeling the breath move through the body. Softening the hips, softening the right thigh, the left thigh. Letting the head drop heavy. A couple more breaths here. And we'll sit up tall. If you're on a block, go ahead and remove that. Stretch your legs long. Sit tall for a second, Dandasana staff pose. Notice the body. All right, we'll put our feet on the ground, roll onto the spine, and then cross the right leg over the left. So you could cross figure 4 at the ankle, or I like to cross my right thigh over the left thigh, then draw the legs in towards your chest. You could take a little movement, swaying the legs side to side. And then let your legs fall to the left side. You can uncross the legs if that will feel better to you. Right arm stretching up alongside your ear. And come through center. Feet on the ground, cross your left leg over your right leg. Find a way that feels good enough as you draw your legs in towards your chest. We could always switch the angles. Maybe swaying a little. And then letting your legs fall to the right side, adjusting yourself so that it feels pleasant. And you could stretch your left arm up alongside your head. Couple breaths in this twist. Softening what you can soften. So we could also explore Aparigraha, this letting go, non-grasping in our physical bodies. So not just letting go and not grasping towards cravings for food or drinks or things that maybe aren't the best for us all the time, but it could also be unhooking from the tension that we hold on to. Good, then come back through neutral and stretch your legs long, stretch your arms out long, allow yourself to rest just as you are, soaking up all of the benefits of this practice energetically, physically, emotionally. When one is steadfast in non-possessiveness or non-grasping with the senses, knowledge of the meaning and purpose of our lives unfolds. Aparigraha literally means non-grasping. It is not holding on to more than necessary. It is practicing non-accumulation, and it is letting go of our attachment to what we have or what we crave. All of this leads us to independence, trust, and self-sovereignty. I allow and let go. Deepening your breath, maybe giving yourself a stretch. And if you'd like to close this practice together, we'll meet in an easy seat. Draw Drawing your hands together at your heart, offer yourself a little bow of respect. You just started a whole new month with intention, doing something great for yourself, honoring that. And if you'd like to chant one Om, we'll take a big breath in, let it rise from the base of your spine up. Deep bow of gratitude. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you tomorrow.